Hello, my name is Robert Miller and this is session 8 of My Now, and this is the practice video. Now remember, self-guided, you're both together, you've got to use the workbook, you've got to go to the tension check, reflection, tension check, integration. You've got to allow that paradox work, that discomfort in the signal, the no's of planning, and then the clearing of your mind. No, the clutter in your life, the tension, the storm, make it real, bring it real, allow the wind to hit you and buffet you, and then throw the shaka at it and go, it can feel okay. Breathe, grab that breath of attention, and don't find clearing your mind, but rather allow it all in, allow it to feel the pressure. The noise is not going to turn down. You're not with this. You're not doing this program because you don't care and you're a couch potato. You've got things you want to achieve, and paying attention is going to be critical. And not allow yourself to be distracted, but finding the attention so you can pay for what you need is to remove distraction. And so this internal distraction, you got to turn it off, and the only way to do that is to reach for attention, to wake the primitive up and say, can you take care of this noise for me? You see, the primitive human never had a time where they could drop their guard. I grew up in the streets of Northern Ireland in the 70s, 80s during the Troubles. For the first 24 years of my life, I had almost no moment where it would be wise to relax. General high intense activation is what my nervous system carries around now. And that's the product of the first half of my life living in that hypervigilance. There was no time. So how do you do that? You cannot survive without being able to be okay. And feeling okay, even if there's not an actual okay experience, you've got to be able to find the eye of the storm. I grew up in a place where I couldn't turn it off. There was no privilege to turn it off. You've got some ambitions. You can't afford to turn it off either and go on your sabbaticals. You've got to stay. Sabbaticals mean you haven't been okay for a long time, so now you have to go rest. Meditation is because in part you don't know how to manage the noise. Okay, and so your paradox has woken the primitive up. You're not willing to hide and self-medicate from the discomfort of the feelings of now because they can be hard. You've offloaded with a lot of no's to get just 2 yeses. And now this is the first universal one. We all have the same noise. It might have a different tone and tenor, but we all have to choose to stay in the noise and imagine a potential okayness. it. Breathe and reach for that breath of attention and pull in the attention that allows you to pay to remove the distraction. That I'm not okay if the noise is there. I'm not okay if the storm is there. The primitive is okay. You have within you this gut, this primitive that says, I'm okay no matter how loud the storm is, okay? That's what I want you to reach for and integrate that with practice. Thank you very much.